Howdy mates, Silver Bullet here. Today we're back again with another amateur review of digital scales, or electronic scales if you prefer. I use them for reloading and we will review it under those circumstances. We will not be using a weight, we will be using a piece of brass just as it comes out of the reloader. It contains 3.00 grains of hectane BA10. Now I specifically asked to borrow this new scale here. This is the YHA30. It goes up higher than the current tab 20 to 30 grams. And you can see that it's extremely similar, so that's why I was so curious about it. There are some other small differences. Tab 20 has a tray that's stuck. This has a removable small bucket. The buttons are slightly different and well, there are some small differences. Now I will use my bucket as usual to be fair to the other reviews. It actually fits very well on here. We start it out. I have already calibrated. The procedure is double clicking the calibration button and putting on the weight and it will calibrate down. Now in grains it has 2 decimals. It goes in levels of 0.02 when it translates between grams and grains. So we do 10 measurements. This is a 38 special piece of brass, just like it comes out of the reloader, containing 3.00 grains of hectane BA10, a common revolver and pistol gunpowder for reloading. First measurement, 3.00 grains. You can see how quick it is to use a digital scale. Second measurement, 3.00 grains. I tap it down so nothing gets stuck. Third measurement, you can see when it zeroes down here, it does it very quickly. .00 is the third measurement. Fourth measurement, it's zeroed down here. Whoops, I actually tapped a couple of grains out here. That was not good. I'll redo that. Try to pour a bit more careful. Redo the fifth. And I'll try not to pour the grains so they bounce outside the bucket. Let it zero down. I apologize for my fumble-fingeredness. Fifth, 3.00 grains. It zeroes down. Sixth, number 6 measurement. 2.98. Oh, went up to 3.0. Now it stops at 2.98. Seventh measurement. .00 grains. Eighth measurement. .00 grains. Now this is doing surprisingly good. Now, as usual, I shouldn't talk and do stuff at the same time. Is this, did we do 9 or did we do 10? Oh, let's say this is the 9th. 3.00 grains. Well, that's actually quite amazing. And the 10th, or perhaps the 11th measurement. .00 grains. Well, we had, I believe, one deviation. I'm leaning at the table now so you can see that it turns a bit, but it did surprisingly well, and we have a scale that, well, I would say it's almost as good as the Kern Tab 20 and the YHA30. So this was a very nice surprise. You can find some reviews that I have done at skytteforum.com, and you will have a bit more in-depth information about the scales and some other details about differences and behavior. I try to do some other tests to see if I think it's a fair representation of the scales that I put up on the YouTube. I should mention I'm just a private citizen, and I'm doing these tests in hope that it helps out other reloaders. And as far as fairness goes, if I review scales for competition shooters, I don't think anybody would be crazy enough to try and trick the armed population. Sorry, my gall of humor. Anyway, I can highly recommend the YHA30. It's much better than many of the scales on in my previous tests. I have tried out quite a lot of scales by this time, and it's nice to have a slightly higher weight of 30 grams. That means if you have heavier bullets, the Kern Tab 20 goes to 20 grams, and that's just a little more than 300 grains. I think that would be 308 grains or something like that. And if you have heavier bullets, 300 grains bullets, you don't have that much head space to overload the digital scales, and you never want to put more weight than it can handle, so you'll damage the scale. So if you shoot heavier bullets, this is a clear option, or the YHA60 if you want to go even fancier. Anyway, if you like this, I'll try to do more reviews, and feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back with more reviews. Thanks for watching, mates.